Hi everyone, today we're going to make some beef protein noodles with bacon and shrimp. It is going to be a BBBE friendly meal. I'm Anita from KetogenicWoman.com, where I share keto and carnivore recipes and other cooking ideas that have helped me to lose about 140 pounds. If you're new here, welcome. I hope you check out some of my other videos. And returning viewers, thank you for coming back. I hope you liked today's video. Okay, so we are making a pasta dish today. And if you were here on my last video, if you saw it, you saw me make these very nice looking protein noodles. I made them using the beef flour from Carnivore Crisp, but I also gave other alternatives. So I will link that video below where I actually made these. I also made some thicker ones for another purpose, which you will see also in this video. Now in this pasta dish, I'll just go over the ingredients. I've got about 6.5 ounces of bacon, fresh raw bacon, 180 grams. I have a stick of butter here, but I've cut it in two because I'm not sure if I'm going to use the whole thing. I have about 6 ounces of shrimp. Now, before you go rushing off to your keyboards to tell me that there's no shrimp on BBBE, there is. So there was a recent interview with Dr. Barry and Judy Cho where he said if he could do it all over again, he would add an S to the end of his BBBE so that people could include seafood. And I am including seafood today. And even if he hadn't have said that, I'd still do it because I've been doing it. So I think it's a good addition, and I will link that video below as well because that is a great video. So we are also going to have some chicken stock in there and some garlic salt from Redmond's garlic seasoned salt. And I think that's pretty much it. It's pretty simple. There's no dairy in it. So there's beef in it, butter, bacon, no eggs, but we're using the S today with some added shrimp. So I'm going to take all this over to the stove and we're going to put this concoction together. While the pasta dish is cooking on the stove, I'm also going to have these in the air fryer so I can show you what little surprise thing I'm going to do with them. So we'll meet you over there. Okay, so we're here at the stove. I've got the pan heating up fairly high. The first thing I'm going to do is cook the bacon. I've kind of roughly chopped it. Okay, that pan is nice and hot. So we're going to fry this up so that we want the fat to render out to be used in the sauce, and we also want the bacon to be, kind of crispy-ish. So I've got it on medium-high right now. I'm just going to grab a bowl because I'll be taking the bacon out for making the sauce. So I'll be right back. So the next thing I'm going to do while this bacon is cooking, because this might take a couple minutes to get it where I want it, is I'm going to throw these big thick noodles in my air fryer over here. So I've got my air fryer on 400 for 5 minutes. That's how long I'm going to cook these for. I'm trying to get them to be the consistency of crisp chips, and then I'll season them, and then you'll see what I do with them at the end. These big thick noodles, I'm throwing them in, just going to try to spread them out a bit. And they're just going to go in for 5 minutes. By then, the bacon part should be ready. I've turned this down to medium now. Now, since these are almost crisping up, I'm going to just throw the shrimp in to get them done at the same time as the bacon finishes. These don't take very long. This is going to be a great carnivore pasta dish. I'm going to scoop the shrimp out. I mean, I'm going to get some bacon too, but that's okay because it's all coming out in a minute. I just don't like to overcook the shrimp. Okay, so those are done. I'm going to scoop out the bacon. Okay, so I'm going to put in, this is half a stick of butter. I'm going to let that melt down and kind of scrape the pan, brown bits. Yeah, I don't think I need the rest of this butter. I wasn't sure how much bacon grease would be left after the bacon. You guys know when I'm in the kitchen cooking like this that there's lots of times where it's just something I've made up in my head that day, and so this is an untested recipe, based on other things I've made. I'm taking an educated guess on some of these things. Okay. Got that, and I'm going to turn that up a little bit. I want to put in a little bit of this broth. Okay, I think this looks pretty good for how much pasta I have. Got my pasta noodles, they're all going in here. Let it soak up some of this buttery, bacony goodness. If you can't have cheese, then you gotta have bacon and butter, right? It's only fair. So the pasta noodles don't need any cooking. They really only need to be warmed up with whatever sauce you're using. And then I'm going to take some of these crispy things I made. There's more in there. I don't think I need too many. I'm seasoning them with the garlic salt. So they're basically going to be like garlic croutons on top of the pasta. I'm going to turn that off. That's all cooked. Okay, so we're going to take this over to the island and dish it up. We'll see you over there in a sec. Okay, there's our dish. We are going to give it a try. Just toss that up a little bit. If you can do dairy, go ahead and throw some grated Parmesan on there. Doesn't that look nice? Let's give it a taste. Bacon makes everything taste better. So good. I want to try a piece with the crispy crouton on top. So the crispy garlic crouton that I mixed in, they add a nice change of texture to this. This is actually really good. I could definitely see myself making this. again for BBBE-S. And I want to have a piece of shrimp too. Sorry, I could just stand here and eat the whole thing. It's very good. It's a nice change from a steak or burgers, and it is all carnivore, 100% carnivore. So there you go. Unless you don't want to count the garlic salt, that's fine. You don't have to use it. But I hope that you will give something like this a try, and I hope you'll join me again on the next video. Like I said, I will link the pasta instructional video down below, as well as anything else that I mentioned that is relevant. So we'll see you guys on the next video.
Beef protein noodles with bacon and shrimp, scene 1B, mark.